Hello and welcome to this session. If you enjoy my work and would like to support me, click the icon on the screen or the link in the description below to support me on Patreon and receive the rewards from it. This session contains content that could be related with the use of drugs. Read the script in the description below or continue listening with caution. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot and wear headphones for the best results. I want you to imagine that you're sitting on a cushioned bench in a secluded spot in a restaurant. It's quite a nice restaurant. A pleasant scent of food hanging in the air. The decor is quite nice, nothing incredibly expensive, but it's comfortable, cozy. The seat you're sitting in, nicely out of sight, creating a sense of security and privacy. You can hear muffled voices, shoes padding over the floor of the restaurant, seeming very distant at your private, secluded spot in the restaurant. As you look around, you see a beautiful woman nearing your seat. My well-shaped red lips curling at the edges of my mouth in a gentle smile. As your eyes glide over my figure, you notice my lovely curves and my graceful hands cupping a glass in either hand. One glass holding your preferred drink, the other a dark red wine. In between, yet a little further upwards, a sparkly gem rests just above my cleavage, if not slightly in between my two beautifully shaped breasts. As I move closer, you see that said sparkly gem is in fact a crystal pendant. You look further up at my eyes and meet my gaze. My smile widens ever so slightly as I lean over somewhat to set the glasses on the table in front of you. I slide into the seat on the other side of the table, and as soon as I'm settled into my seat, I say hello to you. You're not sure how I knew your preferred drink, but you smile and take a sip anyway, the drink familiar and relaxing. You lean back in your seat, wondering what I'm doing sitting across from you. You don't recall ever meeting me, but somehow I seem familiar, comfortably so. You observe me as my luscious lips touch the rim of the wine glass, the maroon-colored wine touching my blood-red lips momentarily, before I tip the glass back down, gently setting it on the table. You mirror my actions and take another sip of your own drink, feeling it trickle down your throat, making you feel so nice and relaxed. That familiar taste making you feel wonderful. You sink a little into your seat, and as soon as you do, you see one of the corners of my mouth curl upwards in a smirk. You give me a questioning expression, wondering what has me smirking. I explain that you have drunk this particular drink before, but not in the way you think you have. In fact, you drank it before, with me, just like this. But you must have forgotten you did. It's entirely normal, of course. Nothing you have to worry about. My fingers glide around the rim of the wine glass, and your eyes latch on to the spot where my bottom lip had touched the glass. A soft stain of my lipstick had been left behind on it. I continue explaining that you should know that the glass I brought over is like your mind. Each sip makes you slip, each drink makes you sink. Once the glass is empty, so is your mind, devoid of thought, devoid of will. That would explain the gentle wave of relaxation you felt when you took a sip, isn't that right? Yes, I ask you to take another drink, and you bring the glass up to your lips almost without you noticing, simply following my words. It seems familiar to you in a way, following my words, my commands. You take a sip, feeling a wave of relaxation go throughout you again. But with this relaxation, arousal follows. Another grin touches my lips, and as I take another sip of my wine, your eyes are locked onto my lips, watching their subtle, sensual movement against the glass, only serving to arouse you more. You go over my words again, hearing them echo in your mind. You decide that you like this feeling, that it's nice, familiar, sexy, desirable. You take a drink this time, and you sink into the abyss of bliss you crave so badly. You drink, and you keep drinking, sinking. You sink, so nice and deep. As the liquid disappears out of the glass, your mind fades. All that's left is my control. You remember doing this before. You remember that I, the woman sitting in front of you, had given you this drink before. You see me smile widely, and you smile back. No worries. There is nothing you need to worry about. That's right. Well done. I'm very proud of you. You see my lips saying those words through a daze. You set your empty drink on the table again with heavy hands and watch me get up from the seat. I take one of your hands. As I hold it, it feels light again, and you get up from your seat, ready to follow, ready to obey so beautifully, ready to be a good pet for me. I walk at an easy-going pace, passing through the restaurant while holding your hand in mine. You follow, letting your eyes roam over my body from behind, seeing the sway of my hips as I walk, the back of my heels tapping on the floor at the same rhythm of my hips swaying from left to right, the same way a pendant would, probably. Before you know it, we are in a room. It's a familiar room. You've been here before. I let go of your hand once you're standing in the middle of the room, right in front of a soft, comfortable bed. You smile, so nice and dazed, mindless, blank, under my control. I tell you to undress entirely, and so you do. You watch me grab a length of rope. You remember that you will be tied up nice and snuggly, nice and helpless to whatever I wish to do to you. I walk up behind you, and you place your arms and hands behind you as you feel the soft, gentle rope winding around your arms, slithering against your skin as I knot it and wrap it around your arms from your wrists up to your elbows before going back to your wrists, nice and tight, comfortably so. My hands gently rub against the insides of your thighs as I hand the rope to the other one, letting my fingers gently glide over your genitals, sending shudders of pure erotic bliss throughout your body. The rope then slides against your skin, at your thighs, pulling your wrists against your butt. I tie the end of the rope off, then repeat the same thing with the other end around your other thigh. I smile and slide a finger up the center of your chest to your chin, the sensation making you squirm slightly, knowing just how tied up your arms are. You feel a whisper of my lips against yours and a soft giggle coming from mine. I then use the finger under your chin to gently push you onto the bed. It's so familiar to you. You almost don't need me reminding you to sit down on the soft, comfortable bed. I take another length of rope and gently wrap it around one of your calves to your ankle. You move so you're lying on the bed as I loop the rope through the rope against your thighs, going to the ankle of your other leg, pulling so the ankle of your first leg is almost touching your butt, your knees up in the air as I tighten it and tie the rope to your other ankle, finishing the other knot after winding the rope a couple times around your calf. You see me step back, admiring my handiwork, before I lie down on the bed next to you, letting my fingers glide over your skin, letting you squirm in pleasure from my touch, so nice and mindless for me. That's right. My fingers glide over your genitals once more, the touch not as familiar as the previous ones, and you feel the same white hot pleasure you did before. So amazing. So wonderful. You feel so helpless as you lie there, tied up, my sweet words in your ears, driving you insane with lust and want. But not yet, my dear. You feel my fingers touching you gently, so good, so pleasurable. I smirk, teasing you for a little while longer. My fingers leaving trails of blazing passion over your skin, setting your nerves on fire with pleasure, watching you squirm against my touch, almost trying to escape the bonds, but knowing you're helpless against them. Just like you want to be. That's right. Very good. Suddenly, you feel the ropes disappearing, your legs falling to the bed, and your arms squirming loose under yourself. I smile and get up from the bed, sitting on a nearby chair. I tell you to be a good pet and get dressed, go back to the restaurant, to sit at the table we sat at before, and to patiently wait for me. And of course, as soon as you sit down at the table, your memory of us will fade, disappear again, only to be remembered in bits and pieces as I reveal things to you once again. Perhaps next time you'll get to orgasm. So you do. You get dressed, the pleasure still making your skin sensitive and tingly, before walking obediently out of the room, back to the restaurant where you wake up. Wake up fully now, that's right, back to an everyday state of mind, awake and aware of yourself and your surroundings, completely awake, out of trance. Very good. Make sure to look at something bright and colorful and be safe before you continue your daily activities. Support me on Patreon if you want to see more content like this. Subscribe, comment, and like this video. Have a great day, my lovelies.